Greetings and welcome to Old Drunken Discography, where old friends and fans come together to BS, argue, occasionally agree, and discuss musical artists. This week's artist was my pick, The Descendents, and we're talking All, the album. One day we'll probably get to their discography as well. But with me is Tim and Bill.
It's all the same to me.
It's all. Yeah, if you watch our, if you've been following along, you'll see our intros get shorter and shorter as the night goes on.
You don't want to hear them over and over again.
It's the same
You're
thing
watching
again.
the playlist. You know who we are at this point.
It's not the fact that I'm lazy and don't want to fucking say it over and over and over again, but
Well, don't tell them that.
Shh.
We're a motivational show.
Yes, we're hardworking, dedicated people.
The power of editing is strong.
We put all into our videos.
No, all.
I'm putting a little All-O-Gistics.
All right, so I'll start this one off.
Yeah, it's good. Good pep talk. Good pep talk.
Good pep talk. This is the first album with the current lineup. As much as I love the original lineup and even the Enjoy lineup, the current lineup's just as fucking good. All, the song, I'm making an executive decision. Our playlist must begin with All and end with No All. Those are free picks, just gonna be there. Coolidge, it's gonna be really hard to pick on 7 top songs. This band, top tier. No All.
Oh, Somery does that as well. Not to interrupt, but Somery starts with All and ends with No All.
Yep. That's why it's in my head that's the beginning.
Yeah, no, that works. I love it.
Van, it's juvenile, but in all the right ways. The drumming's fantastic. Ripping ass, no pun intended. Guitar work as well. Can't imagine another Bill Penn song. Bill's just a big old sweet teddy bear. I love the breakdown in this song. Impressions, I like the lyrics, but the song just doesn't flow well. There's a lot of strange time signatures and whatnot, and I always skip it about halfway through. Iceman, I think it's the song Links. They started hitting that 3-minute mark here. I think Iceman would have been fucking great, 45 seconds. It's still good though. Jealous of the World's great. Clean Sheets, top song contender. It's a pop punk masterpiece. It has the metaphors, the juvenile yet very real lyrics. Those sheets are dirty and so are you. I read a few articles and reviews talking about this one in a negative light. But I think they're missing the point of the song. Milo's delivery has this element of hurt and anger and sadness throughout, and it takes the juvenile lyrics and elevates them into something more. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Mark and Tom wish they wrote Clean Sheets. Pep Talk, another top song contender. It's fucking so good. Watching the two moping around might as well be 6 feet underground. The bridge is fire, and it leads right into All-O-Gistics. This one you just have to hear for yourself. If you aren't living your life to all, are you really living? Some of my favorite passages of this song: "Thou shalt not partake of decaf, and thou shalt not suppress flatulence." Schizophrenia just fucking
I'm pretty
rocks.
sure Ben Franklin said that one.
Well, it is a decree of all.
That's true.
Thou shalt not commit adultery. Yeah, Schizophrenia, great fucking closing track. Bill and Milo are like in sync on this song. And they played around with a lot of like start stops with the music though. Like a lot of the music has a lot of like start stop. It's a very like jagged record.
Yeah.
I really like this fucking record. It's some of my top songs could come from it. Uranus is an instrumental. It's fine, but I like Theme better. Yeah, I don't know. That's all.
Well, yeah, I'm a fan of this one as well. This one's still kind of carrying on the crossover hardcore from Enjoy. but it's also kind of doubling down on the melodies of I Don't Want to Grow Up. So it almost feels like, at this point, a definitive album, but it also feels like it shouldn't be. I will agree with you, though. There are some serious, like, just bangers on this album. I do think the B side is the stronger of the two sides. Starting off with Clean Sheets, yeah, just a classic song. I really liked Impressions, probably because of all the time changes. Yeah, just more crossover goodness coming from guys who at this point know what they're doing.
And also the bass player and the guitarist, when they joined, they were fans, so they were probably fans of the Milo era of Descendents.
Sure.
So when
Yeah.
they joined,
Okay.
they were, already fans of the band. That's probably why they sound closer to the Lombardo bass playing.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. The only other thing I really got for this one is Schizophrenia. If we go back to the last one and look at Days Are Blood, and if we look at Schizophrenia, I'm not sure which one's the better closer. Like, they're both just beasts of songs that I think work very well together. I think, like, you put out a 10-inch of Days Are Blood and then Schizophrenia on the B side, that'd be an awesome single that I would get.
See, at this point, I'm still with Milo Goes to College as the best closer for me.
Sure. No, yeah. See, the beauty of Milo Goes to College is you're just not wrong.
Yeah. I mean, it's the beauty with all these.
Yeah. No, this one felt... Well, you'll see where it lands in the rankings, but it feels like they're carrying on the hardcore. It also sounds like they're kind of not sure where to go next, or if they're even happy with where they're at now. It's not bad. Like, none of that is like meant in a bad way whatsoever. Like, it's still just a banger of an album that, like, so far, like, this whole discography, it fits very well together. Each album has its own voice and identity, but they all sound like the Descendents, and that's one of my favorite things, is when a band can stretch out and try different things but still sound like themselves. That's like the ultimate sign of authenticity. And yeah, I'm just always attracted to that. So
that's something that's consistent throughout the entire discography is they still sound like the Descendents.
Yep, no matter what they try.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, like, much like I'm trying to think of someone we've done. Well, Faith No More is jumping out, where they try all kinds of different styles, but you always know it's Faith No More.
They always sound like Faith No More.
Yeah. And even like Sepultura is going to fit into that category as well, actually. Even when they kind of sound like other people, they still sound like themselves. Whereas a band like Def Leppard, when they want to sound country, well, they don't sound like Def Leppard anymore. They just sound like a regular-ass country song.
Sound like Shania
And when they want to
Twain.
sound pop-punk or industrial or whatever, it doesn't sound like Def Leppard. It sounds like pop-punk or industrial or country or whatever else they were trying to do.
Yeah. Oh.
Authenticity.
And it's something I think that as humans, if our ears just naturally pick up. And I think as humans, the more we are conditioning ourselves to only listening to digitally produced music, the more we're losing that ability. And so I question people's authenticity.
Yeah, don't even get me started. We could do a whole like special episode on ODD's thoughts on AI
Analog
music.
versus
Yeah,
digital.
that's a whole special episode right there.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Oof. Shout out Cam. Fuck you. AI music will never replace real music.
Yeah, it just won't because the one thing that AI or even like your MIDI controllers or digital programs or Cubase or whatever Pro Tools can't recreate is that magic that you can
Mm.
feel through the speakers when somebody else is talking to you without using words.
You know, we ought to film. Well, I guess we are filming, but we ought to film this and sell it as
Are
the.
we recording?
Yes, we're recording. We should sell this as the prequel to Terminator because I bet you have a story, a bunch of kids or a bunch of people talking about AI taking over, blah blah blah. You know, authentic,
My
blah
mom had
blah.
never seen those movies, so I guess it was last year. I was like, "No, you got to watch these." But when you watch them, just imagine instead of Skynet, it's Google.
Mm-hmm. It's coming. It's coming. So back to the Descendants.
Great.
I'd like to say that this is again where there's going to be another break. Milo went off and did his own thing. They were hurting for money. This is when they started the band all and put out a bunch of records and nobody gave a shit about because it wasn't Milo and the Descendants, which makes no sense, but whatever. Bill started producing albums
Mm-hmm.
to help fund, just to get money in. They moved to Colorado. They started the Blasting Room. I mean, just the fact alone, my stack of just all of these records, Bill Stevenson produced, and that's just the ones I own. I mean, you got Alkaline Trio, Rise Against, half their catalog is Bill Stevenson. Amazing fucking producer.
He done what, a bunch of Ataris?
He did the Atari's EP,
Okay.
which
Um,
I don't have that.
who am I thinking of? There was another band where he had done like 5 or 6 out of 8 or 9. Yeah.
No Effects. You remember talking about this one?
Yeah,
That was
that's
Bill
yeah.
Stevenson. He did some Lagwagon. He did some Good Riddance. And what this is actually, we're going to talk about this band real soon because I swapped out Sonic Youth for my next pick. Propaganda supporting cast. He did this one. Wait till we get to that band. He did some Bouncing Souls. He did some Alkaline Trio.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking brilliant guy. For a guy who was farting in a microphone, fucking brilliant, dude.
Yeah.
If we would have lost Bill, like that would impact at least my musical world a whole lot.
Looks like he did a Lemonheads album.
He did the first Lemonheads, all kinds of shit, like a whole bunch of not suicidal tendencies, the Suicide Machines, the Casualties. Insane. Sorry, back to Descendants all.
Bill Stevenson's the man. Everybody knows
Yeah,
that.
he's the fucking man. All right,
Oh, he
Bill.
did the Black Market.
Oh yeah, Black Market, Sufferer, Endgame,
Mm-hmm.
Great
Revolutions per
album.
minute.
So All
So,
by Descendants. The album, the artist we're doing the discography of right now. I had really mixed feelings about this album. I mean, they lost the farting, which that was good, in my opinion. You could still tell they were still having some fun with this album, though. Definitely agree with what Tim said. I like the B-sides more than the A-sides.
Yeah,
I don't know. It just... I like the sound of this one overall more. It sounded more... How do I say it? I want to say put together. That's not the right word I'm looking for. I really don't want to say cohesive either. Like, just the sound of it sounded more like an album that I personally would pick up and listen to. Between the instruments meddling together, as well as the melody and the vocals, just seem more like something that I would listen to personally.
This is the current lineup. This is this is Hyper Caffeum.
I know, which we'll get to that album. And I feel like I'm gonna be I said, I feel like here on out I'm gonna start being on an island with a lot of these albums.
I'm curious. I
don't like this album. I really like the second half of this album. The first half, honestly, for me, it's okay. One thing I noticed is, correct me if I'm wrong, all these albums are slowly getting longer and longer time-wise, correct?
Well, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, it's a fact. It's neither good nor a bad fact.
When you start off at, 14 songs in 20 minutes, the songs are going to get longer.
Yep, which, I think for right now, that's just an observation. We'll table that till a little bit later.
Well, and even then, though, they keep them all under, 35 minutes?
Didn't this one get... One of them gets to 39
total length, 30 minutes. Yeah, they're all still pretty short for albums.
Oh, yeah. Let's say they don't have that 49-minute marathon or the hour 20.
Right.
Well, I mean...
There's no 1 hour 15 of Diamond Star Halos here.
No, yeah. I mean, even Hyper has songs that are less than a minute long.
Yeah.
They still sound like the Descendents.
Yeah. But that's honestly, you guys have hit basically all the other points I was going to bring up. You could tell it's still the Descendents, even though they're doing different stuff, which, as I said, I mean, some of it is stuff that I would listen to myself personally, go out and find potentially at some point. But,
Yeah, even Ninth and Walnut, their last album was 25 minutes.
Yeah. Well, that's
and it's 18 songs.
Yeah, those are songs that were written back, those are old.
Well, yeah,
songs.
That's true too. So let's look at...
Look at Hyper. What is Hyper at?
Hyper is 31 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean...
16 songs.
They did get a little longer, yes.
Yeah,
it was an observation that each album's got longer. It was just observation.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
but they still kept it within reason.
Exactly.
They still kept it punk rock.
Here's the phrase I'm looking for. I feel like this album was getting more radio friendly at times with some of the songs. That's where I think I was trying to get at.
Interesting. Okay.
Just because, I mean, especially some of the early ones, it's could you see it on the radio? Maybe, but it'd be on specifically a punk rock station or a pop punk station.
I'm almost wondering if you're hearing that in the production as opposed to the songwriting.
It very well could be.
Well,
okay.
I mean, Clean Sheets. If you remove the lyrics,
yeah, I mean, Clean Sheets is a pop song.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Those lyrics wouldn't make it on the radio, but if you switch the lyrics out with "I love your sheets,"
right,
that might work. Your sheets are
throwing a couple "ooh baby babies" and you're good.
Yeah,
a couple of "oh."
Yeah, exactly.
God, it's such a good fucking song.
Little let's get rocked.
Ding.
Yeah. So that's you guys basically hit most of the stuff on the head. Those are the only things I really had to add for this album.
Yeah, no, that's great. It's great.
Yeah. This is another one I need to pick up on vinyl. This one's harder to find, but
I'm on the hunt for good prices on all of everything we've talked about so far.
All right, I do believe it's, I guess the first one. Tim guessed that one. It's time for you to guess.
Yep. Let's see here. So, gotta remember what happened before we got sidetracked by Bill Stevenson here.
Easy to do.
I'll always go down a Bill fucking rabbit hole. The dude is a national treasure.
I'm going to guess Jason's going to have this one at 4th position right now.
You would be wrong.
You 3rd then? Or did you
I'm
have it higher than
third.
3rd?
I'm 3rd.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you would have it more than...
I like it. I mean, I'm straight fucking nitpicking at this point. But it doesn't have the farting. I mean, that's
and that I was gonna say that as a joke that it's the farting that made you switch it.
That's the only fucking reason. And the farting is great. But if you're looking at the album subjectively, trying to, I'd rather listen to All versus Enjoy.
Okay. All right. So Tim, I'm gonna guess he's gonna have it at 4.
Your instincts have proven wise.
Oh.
And as for me, yeah, it's the farting noises. It goes into 3rd slot.
So you and I are still matching up.
I thought we were gonna start deviating a little bit, but then again,
I'm just different on every single one.
you're just flipping the top 2, bottom 2 right now.
Shit.
I am just all over the map, apparently.
The next one, though, is the interesting, because that's where
I think this is where
they
all
sound
of us are diverge.
more modern. Like there's a
there's
a divide in sound production and between all.
Well, we get
songs.
like a 7-year gap or something, almost a 10-year gap, where in that period we have Nirvana and Green Day and The Offspring all happen.
Yep.
And Epitaph and
100%. Yeah, let's wrap this up. Stick around. We're gonna talk about some Everything Sucks.
Except for this video.
Be safe. Make good decisions.